Hey everybody, it's good old Jones. I'm a little sick as a dog and I am away from my apartment, but it's time for a Patreon video. You got some Q's, I got some A's, let's do it. First one, favorite holiday traditions. Well, one of my old favorite holiday traditions was around the solstice, December 21st, I believe. I would sing the solstice song. It's an old song, and my favorite part of it was but hold your breath, and it's Christmas, peace on earth, and to men goodwill. And I just love the idea of, you know, with the dying of the year, and it just so close to a very beautiful, very quiet, very warming holiday. My new favorite holiday tradition is watching It's a Wonderful Life on the big screen in New York at the IFC. I had a date with Stacy early on where we did that, and I can't wait to do it again with her and sit there and watch good old George Bailey be George Bailey. Next question. How was Paul F. Tompkins? For those of you who don't know, I was a silly boy and I bought tickets to all 3 nights of Paul F. Tompkins' shows, the Bell House in Brooklyn. He performed in 3 separate parts. He did the Super Ego Evening, which is a podcast and entirely improvised and then extremely polished and edited later on. And then there's a second thing that happened, which is the Thrilling Adventure Hour, which is also another podcast, but also is a live show at times, which is highly scripted and based on radio serials of the 30s and 40s. And then lastly, his own podcast, which is called Spontaneation, which is, again, a lot of improv and rambling and weirdness. And all three were a delight. Paul looks magnificent. His gray streaks to his beard are very, very dapper. And he always looked wonderfully nattily attired. And he was just really, it was a joy to watch him after all the heaviness of the month. And in a very sweet and touching gesture, Paul gave his proceeds to Planned Parenthood, which again just goes to show you how he's just a very, very wonderful human being. My Christmas wish. I thought about this one a lot. At first, I thought it was for things to get better. Then I thought it should be for things to not get any worse. But the real answer is I want to have the artistic career and the money so I can make deeper changes in this world and to help those I love. And because the more I live, the more I'm convinced that real change happens on a micro level. Your family, your city, the rules that govern that, your state. We can sit here and be inundated by news and trivia and outrage, but the only agency we truly have is in our small little tribes. And with those tribes, we can change the world. A historical daily event or etiquette I like to try. I know this isn't quite one, Anna, but as soon as you wrote this question, I thought of something I've always wanted to do, which is something I always saw in, like, Mayberry. The idea of having a crick and having a flat rock and being able to just skip it effortlessly and have it just go poof, 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 all across the water. I'd just love to be able to do that. Just sit there, after a long, hard day of labor or, walking to and from school, just unwind and skipping rocks across the creek and just talking to my buddies. How do you connect most with people? This question was based on a question from Anna as well. She's trying to find a way to outreach her business, which, again, if you are in need of career guidance, Anna Romero is a wonderful asset. She's got a website called careernomad.com. That's CAREERNOMAD.com, which provides one-on-one consulting via Skype or phone. And Anna has a wonderful, disarming, beautiful love about her, and she can reach right into any worries or desires you have that have been latent and work with you to actually focus on not just a job to survive, but a life's goal and a career which fascinates you. I heartily recommend her. She's a beautiful human being, and she has skills beyond skills. And so she wrote this question about how do you connect most with people, because she's trying to promote business and sees that a lot of the recommended ways are through social media and Facebook, and those are all very sterile. I know for me, how I connect the most with people, like really connect, like get to know the nitty gritty, the dirty, the unpolished, is by working with them on an artistic project. You release your ego, you share space, you ask hard questions, and you give hard answers. And that opens people up. Sometimes you find things you never wanted to see, and it's scary. Another way to do it is to do the same thing. Ask those hard questions, give those hard answers, but do the most ridiculous activities while doing those things. It short circuits your brain a little bit, and it forces you to, again, be truthful, be open, be clear. Put together a dinosaur puzzle with somebody, or eat large gelato cups with itty bitty tiny spoons. What's an odd thing you do? Every time I put on underwear or pants, I have to flip them with a little flourish, and at least one leg has to go on, or I just do it over and over and over again. My question's for you. How are you going to fight now in the year to come? Second, what's something you haven't told a loved one? I love you guys. Still under the weather, but working away. Talk soon.